Boom, a bomb has just exploded backstage at Valdebebas. Vinicius Jr., number 7, and the idol of the new generation of Real Madrid, is at the center of a crisis that could shake the foundations of the Santiago Bernabeu. Sources close to the club revealed that Vini made a shocking demand to renew his contract with Real Madrid to receive the same salary as Kylian Mbappé. That's right, the same amount as the Frenchman, who just arrived and already dominates the squad's payroll. The board dug in their heels. They said no. They rejected the request, and the atmosphere, which had been celebratory with Mbappe's arrival, is now taking on a somber tone. The preseason is on fire. And if you love this shield as much as we do here on the channel, leave a like, activate the bell, and subscribe now, because you'll only find this kind of news here in the Shout from the Stands. Are we facing a new soap opera, or is this just a behind-the-scenes bluff? What does Vini really want? Every day? Without an agreement is a risk, and every preseason game could be decisive for his future at the club. Let's break it all down, from beginning to end. But first, are you subscribed? Because if you miss the next chapter, you'll regret it. 2. Current context of the team last season ended with trophies and smiles, but also with the clear sense that Real Madrid needed to reinvent itself. Mbappe's arrival is the ultimate symbol of this turnaround, with Kylian taking center stage and Bellingham solidifying his position as a midfield gem. The squad has gained depth, speed, and promise. But this comes at a price, including behind the scenes. Vini Jr., once the main star, now shares the spotlight. And while on the field, he always delivered grit and dribbling. Off it, the game is more delicate: salary, politics, status, and recognition. Vini's contract currently runs until 2027. Renewal was considered a matter of time until now. Since February, there's been no progress, just silence and...
There is still a lack of depth in the sector, and is looking for another name to strengthen the position. The answer appears to already be in the works. Benfica's Álvaro Carreras is the favorite, and negotiations have progressed quickly. At the same time, Mendy remains out of the main squad, recovering from yet another injury, and this weighs against him. The club's message is clear: those who can't stay healthy won't have a guaranteed spot in 2025. 4. Development, narrative, and tension.
Tension. The club has already warned there's a clear salary policy, and not even Mbappe got everything on a silver platter. Vini wants the top spot, but Florentino has a philosophy: no one above the badge. Preseason should be a time for physical preparation and tactical adaptation, but it's also become a negotiating arena. And with each training session, internal tension increases. Are Real Madrid prepared to lose their number 7, just as the most ambitious season in recent years is about to? Focus on the central player or dramatic situation. Vinicius Jr. isn't just a player, he's a symbol. He's a goal-scoring cry, a provocation, a raw emotion. He's Brazil in Madrid. He's resistance, he's grit. But now, he's also a power struggle. He arrived discredited, he grew up in the crossfire of criticism, and he became a Champions League hero. Therefore, his demands carry emotional weight. He wants to be treated like a protagonist. But is this the right time? With Mbappe newly arrived and all the media attention focused on the Frenchman, Vini finds himself overshadowed, and perhaps that's why he's chosen to press on now. Behind the scenes, the reading is clear. The number 7 wants to secure his position at the top before the season starts, and the narratives change. Because in football, everything is about timing. What few people know is that the club's proposed renewal is worth millions, but not enough. Vini wants to be the highest paid player in the locker room. He wants the throne. Sources close to the player say he's already told friends and family that Saudi Arabia's offer was unrefusable, but he hasn't accepted yet. He's waiting, perhaps out of love for the club. Or perhaps because he knows that if he leaves now, he'll be leaving in the middle of a galactic project, and he might be remembered as someone who abandoned ship before the storm. 4. Technical analysis plus strengths or weaknesses. Technically, Vinicius remains a vital player. His speed, his
seasons, and this is fatal in a club that demands consistency and presence in big games. Carreras, on the other hand, is coming off a promising season and is seen as part of the club's future. With Vinicius and Bellingham shining up front, Real Madrid need players who can keep up with their attacking pace, and Mendy doesn't offer that today. Therefore, his departure seems more like a planning decision than a punishment. 7. Final question. Call for interaction. Now it's up to you, Real Madrid.
Left wing cuts, his high pressing. He's one of the few players in the squad who can break lines with short dribbles and explosiveness. But recent preseason performances haven't been brilliant. Since Mbappe arrived, Vini's positioning has changed slightly, and this has affected his game. He's more locked in, less free. Some say the new formation favors Mbappe and that Vini will have to adapt or lose his place. This increases the pressure on the Brazilian, who is now seeking compensation off the. On paper, the numbers are still good, but in training, performances are divided. Rafa Alcorta, the club's former captain, was blunt. Forcing Florentino has never worked for anyone. If performance declines, the club gains leverage in negotiations, and Vini knows this. He needs a flawless preseason to justify his demands. Physically, he's 100%, but mentally, he's taking a toll. Uncertainty about the future can affect his focus and, consequently, his performance. Time is against him. And Real Madrid, they're watching everything with a cold eye, because here, performance is king, not resume. 5. Current speculations and rumors the Saudi proposal existed, it was real, and it shook Vini's head. But, contrary to what was said weeks ago, no new offer was made official this summer. Some newspapers say Vini rejected Saudi Arabia's offer out of attachment to Real Madrid's sporting project. Others claim he's still considering it, depending on the club's response. Internally, there's a
seasons, and this is fatal in a club that demands consistency and presence in big games. Carreras, on the other hand, is coming off a promising season and is seen as part of the club's future. With Vinicius and Bellingham shining up front, Real Madrid need players who can keep up with their attacking pace, and Mendy doesn't offer that today. Therefore, his departure seems more like a planning decision than a punishment. 7. Final question. Call for interaction. Now it's up to you, Real Madrid.
silent fear of losing the Brazilian, especially since it wouldn't be for football but for money, and that would be a moral blow to the squad. In the corridors of Valdebebas, there's talk of a possible plan B if Vini leaves, but the board remains completely tight-lipped about the names. On social media, Vini continues to post neutral messages, but sources close to him say he's uncomfortable, he wants more, and he wants it now. The Spanish press is in an uproar. At every Ancelotti press conference, the same questions arise. What about Vinicius? Will he renew? The coach avoids the question, but his discomfort is evident. Everything points to a stalemate. Either Vini backs down, or Real Madrid risks losing him in the midst of its new galactic era. 6. Impact of this situation on the team and the division. If Vini leaves, Real Madrid loses more than just a player. They lose their identity, their intensity, and their recent history. He was an essential part of the post-Christian reconstruction. Mbappe and Bellingham are superstars, but neither of them has the emotional connection with the fans that Vini has built. This weighs heavily on the locker room and on marketing. 2. Florentino knows that selling Vini would be a heavy blow, but he also knows that giving in to pressure could set dangerous precedents, and no one is above the club. La Liga is also feeling this pain. Vini is a symbol of the competition, one of the last big names to remain loyal to the Spanish league. Despite astronomical offers, if he leaves, the league loses an icon, and rivals, like Barcelona, are already rubbing their hands at the prospect of an emotionally unbalanced Real Madrid. In the locker room, the players watch. Many understand Vini's point of view. Others think he should wait. The tension is real. The atmosphere, though quiet, is under pressure, and Ancelotti, he wants the squad to be united. But he knows he needs peace to work. And this saga is disrupting the tactical plans for this season, which starts in a few weeks. 7. Final call for fan opinion plus community boost, and now it's your turn, Madrid fan. Is Vinicius right to demand the same salary as Mbappe? or is he putting his future at the club at risk? Do you think Real Madrid should give in, or stick to its philosophy, even if it means losing one of its greatest recent idols? Leave your comment below. Let's create a Madridist opinion movement. Your voice matters a lot. The Real Madrid fan community is huge, and
seasons. And this is fatal in a club that demands consistency and presence in big games. Carreras, on the other hand, is coming off a promising season and is seen as part of the club's future. With Vinicius and Bellingham shining up front, Real Madrid need players who can keep up with their attacking pace, and Mendy doesn't offer that today. Therefore, his departure seems more like a planning decision than a punishment. 7. Final question. Call for interaction. Now it's up to you, Real Madrid.
Spreads across the globe. Will this soap opera have a happy ending? Or will we see another star player leave the club due to salary disputes? Don't forget, every comment helps spread this discussion, and every new subscriber strengthens our channel. Activate the bell, like the video, and share it with that Madrid fan friend who's been dying over this story. I'm Renong, and this was another chapter in the saga of living and breathing Real Madrid. See you in the next video, or the next bomb that